everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Unverified Accounts Pod. How are you doing, Michaela? How was your birthday weekend?
My birthday was great. I have a song out, guys. I might post it on our unverified account pod Instagram. But yeah, it was fun. I was kind of lit, kind of drunk here and there, you know. It's how it's supposed to be. Hot. My thighs were rubbing a little too much. But other than that, it was great. How was your last 2 weeks since we've chopped it up, Sydney?
Still going pretty trash. Still don't have a place to live. Have to be out of here Monday. So it's going great. Trying not to be pessimistic. So
Oh, sounds like it's going great. I mean, hey, we're here, alive. You know,
I
act like
guess.
you enjoy living.
Oh, I'm trying to.
Okay, that's all that matters.
Sometimes I'm giving Barbie what is the song? What am I made for?
What am
I
I?
used to swim. Wait, I used to float. Now I just fall down.
Oh, I was thinking of the Billie Eilish song.
That is the Billie
Oh,
Eilish
it
song. That's
is.
how it starts.
What am I made for? I didn't know that was the song she did for Barbie.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways, shows you how much I watched that movie.
And it's okay. Okay, so we have a couple topics for today that we can just get right into. So
Olympics.
our first topic, it's going to be the Olympics since that started, what, Friday?
On my birthday, yes. 7/26.
I almost started singing Big Mama by Lotto.
Literally, that's the song I'm gonna put on my post when I post it when I find a caption. I already have it in the drafts.
So
Um, okay, so Sydney and I were debating because I hate to say that certain things aren't sports, but
I don't think it's necessarily sports, but it's competitive. It's something you can compete at a high level in.
you can, but I don't think it should be an Olympic sport. Everything is an Olympic sport. It's not just an Olympic event. They're sports. I
But
don't think
how
that
is breakdancing a sport?
I'm saying breakdancing is more of a sport than standing still and shooting at a freaking target with a
I
gun.
think we need to look up the definition of sport. What is
No,
the
because
root word?
if gymnastics is an Olympic sport, then breakdancing very well should be because breakdancing, they are athletic. They backflip. What do the Olympian or the Olympic
I understand that, but I'm like, how do you judge and score breakdancing?
I didn't
Like
have
you
dancing
can
competition,
judge,
so
but that's different because a competitive dance and competitive cheer have actual rules and guidelines and like
right.
there's so many different forms of break dancing.
But I
How do you
already
judge
said
popping versus like
But I already said I think that if that's a sport, then yes, the other ones, cheerleading and all of that should be sports. However, because it's hard to like draw the line between what should be in the Olympics, what shouldn't be, what's a sport, what shouldn't be. I agree there. But I also think if you're going to put gymnastics in there, breakdancing should be in there. If breakdancing should be in there, then cheerleading should be in there. Okay, like we're on the same page with that. But where we're not on the same page with is this whole gun shooting thingamajig. I don't agree with that. I don't think that should be an Olympic sport. I think it should be a competitive event. I don't doubt that people compete from far and wide, from nation to nation. We know gun shooting has been a thing since guns been invented. That's why we have so many shootings. Anyways, you mean it?
I'm also upset because why is Americans fighting so hard for these gun rights and y'all lose?
Cause first of all, have you noticed the people who be doing these mass shootings? They not aiming, they just
No, but I'm just saying, as a country that talks all this talk about guns and our right to have guns, it's embarrassing to lose to people who have laws in place about guns and can't just randomly have a gun. Like, doesn't isn't that like,
I mean, it's
are
kind of
you
backward,
dumb?
but at the same time, it's not because if you think about it, these other countries, they they use it as an art and they understand the dangerousness of it and the totality that a gun and its damage can cause. However, Americans don't. We just shoot a gun to kill somebody and they don't aim like unless you're in the army, the police, or you just know guns, like you're not aiming and be like headshot or shooting from distance. Like people do target practice, but yes. But back to it. You're gonna tell me standing still, whether it's 100 feet or 1,000 feet, I don't care. Me standing still with an automatic weapon. I get there's some manual, you got pistols or revolvers or shotgun, like there's different types. But the ones that I'm talking about specifically, because I ain't been watching no gun shooting. I don't know about you. Do I sound like I know anything about shooting a gun from 300 meters away with a little thing on my eye? I don't. I'm not no Inspector Gadget. I'm not
Not
007.
dead shot, aka make your
But
head pop.
But to me, shooting this, there's no difference. Like, okay, we have archery. Archery makes sense. I'm aiming with my eye. I'm pulling this back with my manual hand and aiming and boom. With this, like, yes, you have to aim. I'm not taking that away. I'm not saying that it's easy and I'm not saying that it shouldn't be considered a competitive sport or an event, but I don't think it should be in the Olympics. That is crazy to me. I'm standing here shooting from here to get on target. Like, that's very nice. That's cute. You should be on Top Gun. I don't know. But the Olympics, not so sure. Now, if we're talking about, maybe manual, like rifles and shotguns, and we're shooting skeets and all of that in the air, and 100%, that makes more sense. Like if there was something like a speed thing where you're reloading and cool. I don't know all the gun events in the Olympics, but the one I'm talking about,
It's just three
that's
different
the only one.
distances, 50 meters,
No. So no,
25
that should not.
meters, and then there's what trap? I don't know if I'm saying it right.
So
It's
no, that
skeet
should
is
not.
in there, but yeah, only for men though. Women
That
don't have
should
that
not be in
opportunity.
the Olympics. It would, like I said, if it was a speed thing to where unload, reload, boom, boom, and they're measuring speed and accuracy, cool, makes sense. Me standing here like this, it's not giving Olympic sport. However, congrats to all the people who win gold. I probably couldn't do it.
China.
Congrats to China. Yeah, China's good at those aiming sports like archery and stuff. Yeah,
China's good at everything because they're intense and trained their whole lives for random stuff.
they're too short for basketball, so
So that's like but they're somehow still good at volleyball. I just don't.
can't help you there. I don't watch that. But yeah, China is they like, yeah, they pick a discipline and
Hmm.
they
And are
definitely are
disciplined.
disciplined. Um, yeah, so far, Steve Kerr, if by any chance you come across this podcast episode, I know KD has been hurt throughout the little, exhibition matches, and he just now played his first game the other day against Serbia. I get he's coming off an injury, so obviously he wasn't in the starting lineup. We still got the win. Okay, cool. Now, Steve, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you don't want to show your hand and you're just waiting until KD comes back 100% healthy in the starting lineup to really show your starting lineup. But I'm going to tell you right now, Stephen Kerr, if you don't take Joel Embiid out of the starting lineup and replace him with Anthony Davis, it's going to be a problem. I promise you. I will find you. I will find your number. I will find your staff's number. I will find Steph Curry's number because he is teammates with Draymond Green, who happens to be from here. And I know a couple people who know him. So if I got to get with you, I'll get with you. But one thing you're not going to do is continue to start Joel Embiid. He's not even from here. I hate to say it. He's not even from here.
Girl.
He's not even from here. So I need the starting lineup. Listen to me carefully, Steve. Drew Holiday, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, and that will get us an easy gold medal. Continue on this path, and I got something for you.
I was kind of low-key, no offense to Joel. I'm wondering how he even got to the Olympics. But
Dual citizen.
maybe I don't watch basketball enough.
Oh, you mean like his skill set?
Yeah. No offense, he is a Skechers ambassador. He
Oh my God,
is a part of my company, but I was like,
so he did win the MVP the other year. And
yeah, but it's just
three.
like
Okay, so here's the thing, and I'm gonna break down because I'm a basketball connoisseur. I'm gonna break it down to you. In international play, the defensive team can stand in the paint for as long as they want. In the NBA, they have 3 seconds before they have to get out. In the Olympics, because they are jamming up the paint and they can just stand there, Embiid is not good at popping out and shooting that flat ass broke jumper. Okay. He is an ISO player. On his team, he's the best player. They give him the ball at the top. He dribbles, he can shoot a three. He dribbles, goes to work in the paint and goes up. He is not meant for the international physicality and the international defensive rule that they can just stand there because he can't do anything with that. On top of that, his defensive skills are probably bottom 2 on the team. So you're going to take Anthony Davis, who's averaging a double-double, I believe, in the games he's played. With the few minutes he's played, he's gotten like 4 or 5 blocks in each. Well, one game he did have like 6 blocks, I think, in probably 15 minutes that he played. So why wouldn't you, when your team is having an issue guarding the other teams, because it's a more physical game and we are talented, but LeBron, KD, and Steph, while still athletic, they're older. Okay. LeBron is a good defender. Drew Holiday is a good defender. Steph Curry is not that he's a bad defender, but he can be a liability. What you need when there's a team or a game where the defensive team can stand in the paint, what you need is Anthony Davis. Because Anthony Davis, if he can stand in the paint all day, why do you think he's getting 6 blocks? It's because in the NBA, he has to stand there for 2.5 and get out. And by the time you get out or you draw him out, somebody can back cut or somebody can get in the paint. Boom. If he can stand in the paint, let's think this through, Kerr. If he can stand in the paint and he's one of the best defensive players in the NBA when he is healthy, why wouldn't you have him starting? That's all I'm going to say. Because he scores the same, if not much better than Joel. Joel has not been scoring at all. His shot is so flat. I don't understand it. And he does one little jab step and shoots it. Please. And then the turnover. I'm sick of him. He's slow. He has no hops. He's not that athletic. I'm tired of him. So what I need him to do, and I'm done with this rant in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, is put Anthony Davis in, because Anthony Davis has not only been scoring, but he has been defending. He has been rebounding. He has been blocking. He brings that D. Amen. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. I just had to get that off my chest. Steve Kerr, listen to your girl. All right, Sydney, where were we?
I was also gonna say I enjoy watching Flavor Flav and Snoop Dogg enjoy their lives out there. My favorite part was he sponsored the women's polo team, water polo. Yeah, because they were all having to work jobs trying to train, and he found that out and he said, "I got you." And he
love that for him.
And then Snoop Dogg is just doing multiple things, whatever he wants to do. He made a French bulldog that was on his bucket list. Glad he got to do that. Just
a French bulldog.
A French bulldog, like a French bulldog that's from France.
Yeah,
that was on his bucket list. Yeah. Yes.
I guess
when they brought him one.
Just run out of things. When you can run out of things to be on your bucket list. My bucket list would be something like, even being in Paris at the Olympics, but hey.
Did you see his pin though? His pin is cool.
No,
I have to send it to you.
I didn't. But yeah, my bucket list will be actually attending the Olympics. Not a French freaking bulldog, but hey, to
Yeah.
each their.
And then in terms of sports, again, congratulations to Simone yet again.
Love her.
And uh sorry to Coco Golf. Like I
I didn't
felt so
watch the
bad.
play. I didn't watch the play. I just saw on I don't know if it was Twitter, Instagram, Threads, but I saw how she was like crying because she lost the match and it happened. Because it was something that literally just happened when she was on the same court. I'm not gonna say the same exact court, but at the same venue. Um, that's tough. Ugh. Because do we have any? I know Naomi Osaka is playing for Japan. Do we have any other like front runner? Because in the past it would be Serena,
She
Venus.
was our front runner, and it's just unfortunate that
No, I know she
they
was.
keep doing that to specifically Black Americans.
But we don't have
Um,
other,
well, we still have doubles and then men's and women's doubles
but
too,
like as
like
far as
the
singles, we
blended
don't have
doubles.
another
But as
American.
no, that's it. Because she's gonna play in doubles and in the mixed doubles too.
And
But
I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous because when I saw her before this match, but I had seen that she won the first match that she played. I was nervous only because she's so young, and not saying that that means anything because you have a lot of people, Serena, they were all, young, but it's like the fact that she's just so young, and I think she did doubles in the last Olympics or something, but I don't think she's done singles.
no, she wasn't in the last Olympics. This
Oh,
is her
really?
first
At all?
Olympics, and she's the youngest uh American to compete in tennis in the Olympics. She beat Venus
Yeah, I
because
saw
Venus was the
that,
youngest.
but it's just I was nervous only because unlike some of the other sports where you might have multiple chances to still get a shot at a medal, I was more so nervous because I'm like, oof, she's young, she's representing the country, like this is a lot on her shoulders. Like I just want her to just medal. Like you don't get a gold. I mean, we'll get a gold, but it doesn't have to be a gold, silver. Like if you get a bronze, cool, or at least just do well. I really didn't want it to end like that because in
Yeah.
tennis,
She was doing so good though, so it was just sad to see it end like that. Because
she's been on a roll.
yeah, I watched her game against, I think, the Brazilian player, she
Sydney,
beat her down.
let's get our terminology
Her
correct.
match against the
Thank
Brazilian player.
you.
I
Yes.
played tennis. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. Thank you. The match. Like, no, but yeah, that's tough. I can't imagine just like feeling like, because I'm sure she feels like the weight of her whole country is on her shoulders. But you didn't let us down, girl. Didn't let us down. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you, but didn't let us down. We just wish, I more so wish for her personally that she could have gone further, not even for the country, because that's just one, it's just one medal.
I wish you, at least for her sake, would have lost fair and square.
Mm.
It's just like it's one thing to lose and know you lost, but it's another thing to like be slighted. So,
I didn't even see what exactly the call was because I didn't even want to watch because I like sometimes I get like secondhand like. So it was like what they called something out
they
that was.
called something out, but it was in. So
Mm.
she did like they called it out before she out like during the play, so she didn't hit the ball, and yeah, it was just yeah. And then she did end up hitting it, and then they were like, it was in it was just, and she
Yeah,
was
because I
trying to
know.
say like the rule is if you call something in play and like before they touch the ball, um, they get a chance to like redo that
Yeah,
play.
yeah, but you
But
mean call it out, right?
uh, if they call out anything,
The way,
if they
yeah.
like
And if
yeah,
they, as long as they're there, but yeah. But sometimes I
but
know like when the person isn't nearby it, then they
it
don't.
doesn't matter. But she
Yeah.
was right there, and she kind of like they called it, so she like adjusted her grip on her rack. It was just
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they always say play through. But
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to our next topic. We're going to talk about blindness and not your normal blindness. I don't know if you've seen you. I know you haven't seen Love Is Blind, but there's this one particular person, and not Love Is Blind, Love Island. Her blush, her blush was so rosy and pink and atrocious. She looked like a clown.
Mm.
And I just felt bad for her because I'm like, nobody is telling you you look crazy.
But it's also
So,
kind of like, how many times you got to look in the mirror before you're like, "Ooh, that is a little too much."
well, that's why we're saying, do
Blindness, yeah.
you have a blindness? Like, I know, like, looking back, some people have eyebrow blindness where they made the eyebrows too thick or too thin, and they look back and they're like, "Ooh, I don't know why I thought that was cute." Um, I personally don't do my makeup a lot, so
Yeah.
I don't think I have a makeup blindness. Um, but it's just,
I would say if I were to, I don't know if this is considered a blindness or it was just me being young and weird. I didn't have anything like a hair blindness. Like when I would have my natural hair out, I would be irritated anyway because I'm like, it's a little poofy or it's not as long as I would like it. But looking back at the pictures, it's not like it's bad. It's literally what I imagined at the time. I don't have any makeup blindness because I don't know if you guys have noticed, I don't do my makeup. I literally do lip liner and lip gloss, and that's about it for now. But maybe wait till I'm 30. Maybe I'll have the eyebrows next. But I would say I literally just would make this face when I would post on Instagram, like in middle school. I would make this. I don't even want to do it, but I would
you
like
don't have to
bite
do
my
it.
lip, and it was just so. I just thought, I don't know what I thought. Like I would do like a little like. It wasn't even like duck lips. Like everybody do the. It
Hmm.
was not that. It was like fully in my tomboy middle school era, and I would just like, babe, I don't know who I thought I was. But at the time, I thought I was like, ooh, and I had the braces, so I just knew it was eating. Girl, looking back, I'm like, ma'am, please. You look like somebody's underage little brother who got into a club and isn't supposed to be there and is trying to pose with all the people and the rappers at the club. Please. But other than that, like I don't have like a blindness that of something I would do or wear.
No, I definitely have like outfit blindness. Middle school was a rough time for me. I mean, it was an experimental time. It was my first time, like going to Roper was my first time not having a uniform. So I
Mm,
was just giving my little Disney Channel era
going
fix. Like you could
crazy.
have put me right on set at Disney Channel. I would have slid right in the socks,
That's funny
the
with a chance.
layers, the vest, the skirt with the leggings. I had it all. It was a hot mess, and nobody will ever see those pictures.
I would say so like outfit wise, not necessarily blindness, like even now, it may be like there's always gonna be a couple outfits from
Hmm.
like even when I'm 35, there'll be a couple outfits I see, hopefully not, but there probably will be something that I'll look back in my 20s and be like,
No, it was seventh grade. I don't know what was going on seventh grade, but
but yeah, for me it was about seventh, eighth grade. And I do you remember that blazer I used to wear?
oh yes.
Oh, I just knew, like, I don't know why I had this business casual phase. I don't know if everybody had that
It
phase.
was it was Disney Channel, I'm telling you.
No, it was not. I don't know where I
Yes.
got it from. For me, it wasn't Disney Channel because I had the full like it was a checkered, it wasn't plaid, it was like like the small little tiny checkers that'll be on like a dress suit or it was the tiny checkered literal blazer that I had rolled up right here,
Hmm.
but I would wear like dress pants, like navy blue
Michaela, we
slacks.
both had that same phase
But
because
but maybe you got it from Disney Channel. I don't know where I got that from.
no,
I just
that was like the style at the time. Like we were trying to give give what they were giving, and You know what they were wearing to the
9 to
club
5.
in the 2000s, the business casual to the club that was influencing our lives.
I don't know. Maybe it was
Yes, because I
like a
was
blazer.
wearing my blazer rolled up, graphic tee underneath, and like either a skirt or like
See,
some
I didn't mix
pants.
it. I didn't mix it with graphic. It was just straight bit like, and then my mom just, yeah,
I I
she
say
knew.
this all the time. Why'd you let me out the house
But I
like
think it's
this?
because if we were to wear it at 35 and 40 like they were, then it wouldn't be an issue. It's why am I 12-year-old? What in my 12 years required me to wear? I might as well have came to school with a briefcase. And then I had a flats era. Like,
Oh, that was a trend.
but it wasn't like even looking back now at the outfits, I don't think the outfits are bad. Some people might clown me, but I don't think they were bad. I still look at it like, don't act like that wasn't the style. Like I had that on. Mrs. put it on, okay? But yeah, that blade. Oh, I remember I got it from Express too. I remember where I got it from. Ugh, Express was that was my place. I don't know. But yeah, other than that, like I wouldn't say necessarily blindness because it was still like looking back at the outfits, the outfit isn't bad. I just looked like, what were you even thinking? Why did you need this blazer?
I just feel like maybe we're not old enough to have blindness yet. Like maybe in like 5 years, maybe 3 years, we'll look back and be like, ooh,
But
why
I
was I doing
honestly
that?
can't see with what, because babe, my outfit's fine.
We
I
may
don't know.
think so now, but in 10 years, we would be like, why were we wearing these baggy pants? Like skinny jeans are back.
Yeah, it'll probably skinny jeans by the time we're 30 will definitely be probably 28, honestly, because 30 is surprisingly far away. Not really, but it's like, I know I said this already, but the distance between 18 and now is the same distance from now to 30. And that's blowing my mind. I don't even want to think about that. Like, but at least if I'm 30, my mama gonna be mid-60s, baby. I still got some youth on me. Just have to put that out there.
You see that fly?
No.
I didn't even see it in front of me, but it flew in front of the camera.
Mm,
It was like here, and I didn't see it here when I was
I saw nothing, babe.
okay.
Um, yeah, that's probably the only blindness though. I have no other blindness.
Well, our last topic is, Comic-Con has been happening, so many things have been happening, and Marvel just finally revealed who they're replacing Jonathan Majors as Doomsday as, and
Oh, his
it's
Doom? I thought it was Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom.
Oh, it's
Well,
the
the movie's called Doomsday.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
Um,
it's government name?
so he's being replaced by none other than Robert Downey Jr.
So sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say so. I'm not a Marvel, DC, any of that. So to be honest, even though like
Well,
I've
this
seen
is not the part that like matters.
no, were you gonna let me get it out? Because it was about to tie in. I was gonna say, um, so there's been a couple movies I might see like, oh yeah, that seems nice, but it's too many and it's too many sequels and universes and all of that for me to keep up. I don't know. But aside from we'll get to the Jonathan Majors part soon, but the other part that I don't like is the fact that he was already Iron Man, and even though they're trying to say like, oh well, it'll be in a different universe in a book, I just don't like that because it's still the same, it's still Marvel. Like I don't like that they're gonna have him as that when he was already Iron Man, even though Iron Man out of there. I just don't like that. Cause
Well, I think the whole thing with Doctor Doom is he can appear as anyone. He can have any face, anybody, anything. So
do you think they're gonna try to make it seem like Tony Stark alive and trick everybody? Or you think they're gonna try to make it seem like Tony Stark was doomed the whole
I don't
time?
think they'll involve that character in any way. I don't think so.
Right. So that's why I don't like it.
I don't know what's gonna happen. To be honest, I kind of stopped watching after everybody died. I mean, I'm still here for Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man, but they
And
killed
why
everybody
everybody
and
off if they know that they want to keep making movies? I don't like that.
well,
And
because they want to bring in like the new, keep the storyline going, and people's contracts were up. So, but I'm like, why people's contracts up and they still want to be a family and be in these movies? I thought they were tired of it.
well, the other thing for me too is okay, I get contracts up, but you act like there's never been a time where a whole nother person plays the same part, like plays the same character. Like they could have the same way we had three different Spider-Mans, and now we're having
Well,
person play
because
part B.
Marvel has, at least Disney Marvel has a continuation happening. So whereas Spider-Man is owned by Sony, and every couple of years, because Sony needs money, they will put out a new Spider-Man. Um, now Sony is working with Marvel Disney to push Spider-Man because they were struggling with Spider-Man. They didn't know what to do with him.
To me, that because the continuation, nobody will ever, they'll never
Right
have.
now, until they decide it's not working, it's not making money, nobody will be doing repeats.
I don't like because it's only 2024. We know in like 2035 they're gonna want to have something, or 2040, or we're gonna be
But my
60.
thing is, there's so many superheroes out here. Like, why do they all need to connect? Like, and then they don't listen to casting. Like, Fantastic Four was trash. I prefer the Fantastic Four with Jessica Alba over the one they tried to
A
push.
new Fantastic Four?
Exactly. Exactly.
Had no clue.
It came out a couple years ago.
Maybe I saw it and forgot.
No,
I
you
mean,
didn't see it. Nobody saw it.
no, I know I didn't see the movie, but maybe I like saw the previews or something and forgot.
Right
No.
there.
Okay. Back to Jonathan Majors versus Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. So the debate on Twitter was how it's not fair. I'm sorry, I just looked up because I saw something moving. I think the fly is in the light.
Oh, you just
Um,
yourself.
yes, the debate is, or the argument is that it's not fair that Jonathan Majors got released from the role when Robert Downey Jr. has this criminal background past. And the
Drugs,
big difference is Robert Downey Jr. was out of his criminal druggy past
through.
when he started Iron Man, and they took a risk by hiring him.
Got a good point there.
Uh, and to your point, he wasn't, to our knowledge, accused of abusing,
And that's
especially a white woman as a black man.
and that's the whole thing for me is I'm not saying drugs are good or better than this or whatever, that the two aren't both just criminal behavior, but it's a majorly different thing in having a drug problem because there's a lot of actors who have drug problems and get clean and come back or have drug problems while they're acting and we know it, but nobody says anything. And somebody who is an active now, whether you're on the side of the fact that he's innocent or he didn't do that much or it wasn't bad, whatever, we're not talking about that. It's just the fact that right now, as the facts lay out, he's in the middle of his, it's fresh for him, and it's sexual violence slash, not intimidation, aggression towards women. Like that's a different type of thing because you're not going to want that person to represent your brand when you have money on the line, as much money as these Hollywood companies and producers have.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas drugs,
Everybody does drugs.
bad, right? I'm like, it's Hollywood. While yes, Hollywood is filled with a lot of creeps and perverts, yes. But when that comes out, they're never really the same. Bill Cosby wasn't the same. Schneider's had a whole, even Diddy, he got money, but his stuff is. Whereas drugs is like, okay, it's a drug problem. He might be unreliable, or he might not show
Mm-hmm.
up for work or for a scene, but it's not like representing you is going to be terrible.
And people always also feel bad for people with drug problems, have sympathy for them.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want
Oh,
him
let's
to
give them
get
a shot.
better. Exactly.
Shot of our,
And I just,
yeah.
I had another point, but I can't remember it. So,
But I definitely think they are two different things. And I'm not saying that people might not have a slight point, but I feel like sometimes we try to really make it like a why does he get this and not that, when sometimes when you look at the facts, you're comparing apples to oranges. It's not the same at all. And like you were saying, he was years removed from his drug addiction and was trying to, and like you were saying earlier, you said nepo baby. Was that your point that you were trying to make?
no, I was also going to say Disney is very much a very conservative brand. Although Marvel is Sony's own thing, Disney still owns it. So that narrative with Johnathan Majors was never going to fly with Disney's kind of Christian religious mindset.
Yeah. And like, and especially like with acting and drug problems, it's not that often. Like you may people might suspect that this person is on drugs, or it might be rumors or tweets or this. But when you think about like actors who are in movies and TV shows, it's not too often where they're actively are facts or they know that this person is a drug addict and they are still going. Usually it's, oh, such and such just checked into rehab. Like they get out of rehab and maybe a year or two later they get a role or something. It's never like a month ago he was caught after a OD and now he still is showing up to set a month. Like, no, that usually isn't the case. It's usually like rumors or after the person went to rehab and is clean, even though you can kind of look at them and be like, that person is definitely on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that's another difference. It's never as fresh or in the moment. And then when people have drug problems, unless they got caught like a DUI or they did something really bad or were distributing drugs, there's never like an open court case either.
Yeah.
There's never really a criminal type of either lawsuit or charge when it comes to that, as opposed to when you're being accused of certain things towards women, especially a white woman, that the court case is now bringing more publicity and more attention to this matter, as opposed to somebody who might get a DUI and his mugshot might go viral for a couple weeks and then it's over.
Yeah.
This is a whole criminal proceeding. Hate that for him, but what do you feel? Okay, I hate to digress. Now, Megan Good, she says she had a interview with Shannon Sharp, and she was saying, I think it was in the interview how she was saying like God, like she can tell she has a certain type of discernment, like she kind of knows if God is trying to distance her from something, or she gets this feeling, or she asks God or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can think somebody is innocent or good, but to me, it's like, I don't know, girl. That's a lot. I might have had to wait it a little longer for me to see what goes on with this man, because we don't know how long they knew each other, but it was like a little fresh for her to be kind of 10 toes down. And I get you don't want to leave a
Yeah.
man. You don't want to leave a man in the dust, because it's like, if I believe you and I believe in you, I'm going to stick with you. But it was also another side where it was kind of just like, what are we doing, girl? Like, what are we doing here? I don't know. Like, for you to be next to him side by side, holding hand, going to court, leaving court, all of this stuff, when I don't know.
I don't know, because I'm even like
If it
talking
was
about
me
people
though,
going to court for their significant others. I'm like, Mariah, the scientist, please stand up. You're young. You're a hot girl. Leave that man. I'm sorry, Young Thug, but let her be a young hot girl and
I mean,
run free.
she out here. He in jail. She out here getting it in. Don't get it twisted. But I don't. It's like it's hard to say because what would I do in this situation? What would I do if there's a guy that I just met, or not even just met? Maybe we were on the low for a minute. We made it kind of official, and then he has this pop up. Like, do I distance myself? Do I support him, but still have my guard up? Like, what do you do in that situation? Because for Megan, I was kind of surprised, like, and she was just off
It
her
gave
divorce.
publicity stunt. It gives, they put them together because she was down bad after breaking up with, I mean, divorcing her husband. People were down bad about her, and he's down bad. So
You think so?
it gives that,
It
but
was
I would
random.
hope not because I don't feel like she would. I would hope she wouldn't. Not saying that that's stooping low, but I hope that she wouldn't put herself in that situation for that.
She doesn't seem
Um,
like that person to me. But it also, I don't know what it is because I haven't seen them enough. We haven't seen them together in interviews or anything because obviously he was going through his stuff and she's
mhm.
a little bit private. Like you don't really see Megan in, interviews and spotlight. That's why I was kind of surprised she did that with Shannon Sharp. But it's also, I don't know why I just don't see them. Like it doesn't gel to me. Like it doesn't, I don't know.
I
And then,
don't
like I
know.
said, when she was following him to court and doing all this, that was fresh after everybody even found out they were like talking, like slash official. And then that's when we realized how official it was when she started showing up to court. So I'm just like, maybe she was with him for a minute. Cause like I said, we don't know how long they were together behind closed doors because celebrities do things on the low
Mhm.
and privately for a reason. But it's just like, girl, just get that man some space and just see how it goes down. But like I said, if you believe in somebody, who are we like, how does that work? Because I don't know what I would do if I was in that situation either.
I think me personally, I don't think I would even associate myself with a person going through that. Like if they're my friend, I might be like, you know, I support you, whatever. But I would not, not saying that she went out her way, but I would not try to date him while he's going through
Yeah.
all of this.
Did she, so were they already a thing when this court case and
They
accusations came
might
about?
have been,
Because it seems like it was like
but
right
I
at the
don't know.
same time. Like it was like boom, boom. And
Yeah, that's why it gave publicity
I
stunt.
don't remember which came first. But the other thing is, like, I get the whole, like, if this is my friend or like I would distance myself, but like, what if they were a thing and they were feeling each other beforehand? And it's like, me personally, because I tend to like, I'm pretty loyal. So if it is what she says and she can tell, she can discern certain things in people, if I really feel that this man is innocent, or even maybe not innocent, but maybe they're pushing a certain type of narrative that really isn't it, or that I really feel for him, care for him, like him, love him, whatever the case may be. What do you do? Like, how do you then distance yourself? Because I feel like I would be the person that's like, and this is if I felt this way, like if I feel that this man is getting persecuted unreasonably and unfairly, would I step away? I probably would tell him, like, you have a lot going on. I want you to focus. But it's also like at the same time, if I don't have anything in me that's telling me that this man is bad or that like, yeah, okay, take away the fame because, yeah, she does have her own career. So
Hmm.
maybe the logical thing to do would be to separate her brand from his brand and all that stuff so she could get bookings or whatever. But then there's the fact that if I'm into you and you're into me and we don't, like I said, we don't know how long they were talking or together because divorces take a minute to finalize. They might have,
Yeah.
how how then do I say like, no, I'm gonna separate
How
from,
do I know if you really hurt? Sorry.
like, I might be the same way. Like I might be Meg and just feeling like not even that I feel like I need to be here just to show that somebody, like, maybe I feel an obligation that somebody needs to be there for him. Everybody else is against him. I don't know. That's a hard situation because
That's a
first,
hard situation to be in because
yeah, because if you don't, it's like, oh wow, so you don't believe in me either, or you left too,
mhm,
despite whether he's innocent, guilty, in the middle, whatever. But then the other side of it is, you were with me, you support me. Like, I'm going to support you. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be loyal. Like, that's why I don't even know what side I would be on. And I think it all depends on exactly how strong their bond was, whether it was legit, whether it was
mhm.
fake and for publicity, whether it was a long time or a short time, because the time matters too. If it's only been a few weeks and you talk about you got a case, I'm gonna be like, whoa there, boy. You know where to find me. I'm making good. Okay, just say ATL real quick. Oh wait, she wasn't even in ATL.
Even but she was in row bounce. Close enough. Same difference.
That's what I was thinking.
Once PG, once R.
No, that's literally what I was thinking. And ATL just came out because they give me the same vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Same type of vibe. But yeah, it's like,
I'm just not realizing her and Journey been in the same movie twice. I mean, that's yeah, because they played siblings, and then you never seen
oh, you talking about Eve's Bayou?
yeah,
Never saw that one.
that's like one of my favorites.
Maybe I'll watch it. Sorry, don't take my black card. I've already had to get.
No, it's more of an indie movie. Not a lot of people have seen it or have seen it all the way through.
People
It's
have,
like a cult classic.
I think a lot of people have seen that. But yeah, I've had to get like 6 new black cards. So please don't take this one. Wait. All right. Any other things that you would like to hit on?
No, you have anything for relax, relate, release?
Hmm. I'll let you go first on that one because I know you have a lot.
I actually have none. I feel like um I've done a lot of complaining already, and I just want to try to be positive and not.
You can release something without it being pessimistic or negative. But if you want to bottle it up, I guess.
I mean, I don't even know what I would be released because I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. So,
For me, I don't know. I have a new song out. It's on SoundCloud. I'll put the link maybe in this bio, maybe on our Instagram. Who knows? But it'll be there somewhere. But other than that, I don't really have anything else because I mean, I just had a birthday. So can't complain there. Went out of town. Can't complain there. Oh, when we went out of town, we were at, there's a Dre's nightclub. I think it's in MGM. I was irritated because um so like in Vegas it's a lot of like promoters that just stand on the strip and like get your number to get you in a free admission for stuff or whatever. So Friday night, the night of my birthday, we went to Hakkasan. That was in MGM too. And were they both at MGM? I can't remember, but yeah, so we saw T.I. that night, and then the next night, Trey Songz performed at Dre's nightclub. So we were going, or before we went, like Kelsey texted the promotion, the promoter guy, because he had said, like, yeah, just let me know and I'll let you know the dress code and all that. So he had said like it was no dress code basically. Like, do we have to wear heels or whatever? He was like, no, you don't have to. So we get there and it's like a line. We got there late, so we had to still get We were supposed to get in free, but we still would have had to buy a ticket to get in because we were after 12. But why? It was like a bunch of girls sitting around and whatever, and then it was like a couple of people, one of the security guards and one other guy that was saying like, oh, you guys might not be able to get in because you guys have slides on. So we were irritated because the promoter never said anything about that. Like I have a mini skirt and a top. She has like a like a jumpsuit one piece pants set. It was cute. But she had on Versace slides and I had on my Steve Madden little silver slides. So we were like, really? So we go and we looking around like, they didn't let you in? And the girl was like, no. It was this group of white girls. We were like, let's follow them and see if they let them in. This group of white girls. One girl had on Tory Burch sandals, the little thong sandals. Another girl had these like, they looked like they were from Shein, Temu, somewhere. They were just a black band with maybe a bow or something. And they were like, like the kind of cork bottom slides. And so they walked right through, no problem. And then the guy gets to us and he was like, I can't let you in with those. And we were like, but you just let them in. He was like, well, she has Tory Burch. The other girl has a bow on it, so it's a little more dressy. Because I was like, so what was the difference? Because he wasn't.
But yours were silver and had.
So he said, he looked at me and said, well, you could, I would let you in with those, but not her, because she had on like like the designer, like pool type of slides. She had on those, but they were Versace. So what's the difference? Because here was my point. When you get there by the door, they have prohibited wear. Sandals was on there, meaning all sandals. All sandals were technically prohibited. So why now are you picking and choosing which sandals aren't prohibited and which are? Because your dress code says prohibited. Your dress code says sandals are prohibited. I have on cute sandals that are slides. And I need to turn this off. And my cousin has on Versace, but you're like, oh, well, hers are, oh my God. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. But oh, hers are Tory Burch. And I pay more for these Versace slides than those Tory Burch. So I was annoyed because it was like, it was giving very much like, I'm not gonna say anti-black, but we were just kind of like, how you gonna let them in? And they didn't look like nothing. She had on Tory Burch slides, but baby, your sign says sandals are prohibited. And it says including slides, whatever. And I wasn't mad at the fact that like, okay, well, you would let me in versus her. You can't pick and choose them when it says no sandals allowed, but you let them in and you're like, well, hers are Tory Burch, so they're designer. Okay, hers are Versace, so they're designer. Oh, hers have a bow, so it makes it a little more dressy. What are we going by? You're letting the white people in. I didn't see not one white girl standing outside who couldn't get in. Everybody who couldn't get in, black. And I didn't like that. So anyway, and then it was these guys we saw after, they was like, they didn't let y'all in either. We was like, no. So one of the guys had on shorts and he was saying that it did say no shorts. He was like, but I was here, or it was either him or the guy he was with. He was like, I was here last year or sometime he was there and they let me in. So it's like, yeah, I didn't like that. So at a certain point, I was like, I don't even want to go. I don't care if we find some shoes. I don't care if we figure out how to get in. I don't even want to get in, because when I was asking him, like, I hate to be an argumentative person when I'm black, because I feel like it comes across that like, oh, I'm always like this when I'm not. So when I was asking him, I'm like, okay, I was like, but what's the difference? What's the difference between her slides and that girl's slides? And he was like, well, you can argue all you want, but as soon as he said that, I was ready to pop, but it was just irritated. So that I did have to release, because I was mad because we left Fremont Street, which was lit, to come out there to go to the thing, and then we couldn't get in after the promoter told us it wasn't a dress code. And then y'all letting these girls in who don't look like nothing, look like they paid $5 for their total outfit, got shoes from Shein, and she got Tory Burch, but those are still sandals. But you're not gonna let my homegirl in. Like, I just I hated that so much. Okay, I've released it. That was a long release, but I had to give you the whole entire scenario there.
Well, Okay. Anything else?
No. Until
Okay,
next
well,
anything.
that is all for today's episode. As always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of our social media channels, and different ways to listen and or view are always listed in the bio. And we will see you in the next episode. Peace out.